man, I'm totally digging the conversations I'm having off the air, too, today. We were just talking about Bernie Sanders and that taxing of one percenters and all that sort of stuff. You know, one of the things that we have to get back to is where's the proof that you should be getting the money? Now, let's say you don't agree with me and you think, man, everybody who makes above $250,000, we need to take 90% of everything over that. One, I think that's evil and you need to do some soul searching. But beyond that, who are you giving it to? The government. Is the government good with their money? Did you see the article or the news this week? We broke $19 trillion in debt now. $19 trillion. We have budget deficits, then that's different than the debt. So it's not as if the government's like, man, guys, we don't understand. I mean, we are perfect with operating money. We are the people who are doing this great for you. Give us more and we'll make life better for you. If that were the case, I still wouldn't agree with it, but if that were the case, at least I could see your point. But right now, the idea is, well, let's have Bernie take it from the rich guy and have him buy some $8,000 hammers and $10,000 toilet seats because, man, that's awesome. Because it's not as if Bernie, if he gets elected, is going to sit down at the White House desk like your grandpa with some glasses on his face and spend every dollar of that. It's not even up to him. So the way government spends money is still going to be the same. Wouldn't it make more sense to fix that first? Fix that first and then come to me with the government needs more. Show me that it can use what it has and then tell me the government needs more. Show me that it won't make me pay for the debt it rings up and then ask me to give it more. But until then, anything you give it is going to be a waste anyway. And I think if we're honest with ourselves, most Bernie Sanders voters would have to admit, hey, wait a second, cool plan, dude, but you guys haven't done what you were supposed to do with the money that you already had. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're dipping out of transportation in order to subsidize health care. You're dipping out of Social Security in order to subsidize arts. You're dipping out of, I mean, you're not staying within the budget that you have. There's no way on earth I'm going to increase your income. That would be taking power away from the people of the country without any sort of benefit in return. And we could say, well, you know, we're going to build bridges. Really? Obama created shovel-ready jobs. That was stimulus, remember? Where'd it go? That's right. It went to Flint, Michigan. How did that end up? So when we say, well, we need to create those jobs, that was the point. That was why he got Jeff Immelt, remember, the CEO of General Electric. CEO of General Electric comes on board. He's going to be the job czar. Give me this approval for $100 billion of shovel-ready jobs. Okay, Congress says, here you go. Do it. Did we fix the bridges? No. Did we fix the highways? No. Didn't we give government more money to do exactly that because that's what everybody said, that we need to have these socialist progressive programs? We enacted them. Did it work? No. So why would we do it again? And people tend to forget that Obama did it. It's not as if it has gone from Great Depression to now and we haven't done those social work programs again. No, Obama had the shovel-ready jobs. They just never came to fruition because instead they end up using the money on other things, like $180 million to Nancy Pelosi's, what was it, her brother-in-law, or I forgot. Somebody connected to Nancy Pelosi got over $100 million to create green jobs, and that company went bankrupt within 24 months of getting the money, I think. Did they have to pay back the money? No. Still living in the 18,000 square foot mansion. But man, don't you love those shovel-ready jobs? See, that's my point, folks. It's not that I hate the people who need the job. And I think that's sometimes the approach people think. Like, well, Josh, if you don't want the government to have more money in order to pay me, you must hate me. No. I don't trust the government to actually give it to you. Tell you what, you come build my house and I'll pay you. Well, we can do that. Don't we need the government to make some sort of program or take your money first before you give it to me? Well, that depends. Do you want 80,000 or do you want 20,000? Well, I want the 80. Then you don't want the government keeping the 60, genius. There's never been a time in modern history, we can go back to 1901. Excuse me. Not a time in modern history where the people didn't lose on that equation. Even during FDR, even during New Deal, and I write all about this. So you have to make the decision, why would we give money to the government when the government can't handle the money that it has? That should end the conversation. I'd be like, okay, Bernie, when your party shows me that you can spend money and you can create jobs and there's some sort of benefit to this, and don't point to Bill Clinton. Well, Josh, didn't you know? No. The shine has come off that too. So when the government can actually do that, then we can even bring up the idea. But until then, it's not even worth bringing up. Even if they could, doesn't mean we're going to do it. It just means, why are we even talking about it? Why are you even thinking about giving them money if they don't know how to spend the money? Would you do that to your child? If you gave them $40 to go get a pair of jeans and they come back with a new game for their Xbox, would you be like, oh man, you know what the problem was? I didn't give you enough money. Here's $100. Go buy some jeans. And they come back with another game and some food. Oh, you know what? I did not give you enough. Dad is keeping too much. Let's give you $1,000. At this point, are you expecting them to come back with jeans? Nah. But quantitative easing was $40 billion a month. Shovel-ready jobs was $100 billion. And they didn't spend it on anything, did they? And then your candidate has the audacity to say, well, we need to take more money from you. That was the problem. We didn't get enough of it. Where did the $17 trillion go? I mean, ask yourself that. 17 trillion, I wish. Where did the $19 trillion go? If you rack up $19 trillion in debt, you better have something to show me for it, and not a bad economy. For goodness sakes, it wasn't even 10 when this dude took office. It's going to be 20 by the time he leaves. So he's going to double the entire debt. Show me what you did with that money. We could have paid everybody. Everybody could have got stimulus checks if they really wanted to. And the Democrats had control of the House, the Democrats had control of the Senate, the Democrats had control of the White House. There was nothing stopping it. So don't say, well, it was Republicans, and I go after them too. But do not say it was political parties that got in the way. No, it was politicians hoping you were stupid enough to believe, give us the money and we'll make it better for you. And this is why people don't vote. When they were like, remember last night when they were like, a record 175,000 people voted for Ted Cruz. It's a record. Do a Google search and see how many people in Iowa. Did most people stay home last night? Yep. Back right after this.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.